Witam wszystkim z tej strony Kurogoda i zapraszam Was do kolejnego odcinka z Oasis. Teraz pewnie się zastanawiacie, czemu ja to znowu nagrywam, skoro przeszłam całą grę, bo to już była aktualizacja, w której mamy kolejny dzień, więc życzę Wam miłego oglądania. Like, subscribe, komentarz, wiecie co robić. Dobra, zostawiłam sobie to na tym, żeby już zanim wszystko wiedzieć. Przejdziemy sobie good ending, że ten najbardziej dobry, gdzie akceptujemy naszego grzybiarza, czy to wie co, że jest no, nie wiem dokładnie jaki ma jest species, ale tak w pierwszym odcinku nazwałam go grzybowym smokiem, bo wiecie, Rag i Agon. Albo nazwałam go grzybowym demonem, albo grzybowym smokiem, nie pamiętam. Where am I? How did I get here? A desperate feeling rose in my chest. I had to leave, right now. It was wrong. I wasn't meant to be here. With hair cracking far nearby, likely the source of warmth I had on waking up. I could also hear footsteps approaching. Stay awake. I fluttered my eyelids, trying to look at the person approaching. My eyes waited as I took in their appearance. The protrusion from their forehead catching my attention. Not to mention the green skin. The stranger didn't sense my unease, as that you have a sign of relief. You're awake. That's good. Very, very good. How are you feeling? I blinked. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. Here. Jest herbatę. A gentle hand grabbed my chin to open my mouth. I couldn't even move to resist. Don't worry, it will help you feel better. I promise. Break up? As the liquid hit my tongue, I could feel a vague sense of heat. Like you drinking, taste of texture return. Kiwnęłam! I lifted my head finally, hands twisting at my sides as I pressed myself onto my elbows. The person kept straight hands on my chin, careful not to pour in too much in case I choked. I finished very last drop, wiping my mouth with the back of my hand. I started my finger, realizing I had full autonomy over my body again. Hello, little bee! Good as new. How are you feeling? Better, thank you. A stronger laugh. Oh, I like the way you sound. Been ages since I've taken to anyone, much less with a voice as nice as yours. So cute! I brushed with this strange compliment while looking around the cabin properly. It was a simple room filled with earth but decorated wooden and furniture fit for someone living alone. Funny. An open archway to the right led to what the stair was the kitchen. Next to it was closed. Next to it, the door was closed shut. Possibly the bathroom? taking it in. There was a panel on them of night's decorations, show about any available surface had patterned needs, double was covering it. An unfinished project lay beside the bedside table where I sat, a pair of knitting needles jutting out of the pile of yarn from a small basket. Ja tego gówna nie będę używać. No, nie zabijemy go. As far as I could tell, it looked like the beginning of a green scarf. Scarf? Oczywiście to znowu... Jest scarf. Ja myślałam, że powiem scar, ale dobra. And the stranger was comfortable in staying silent, observing me as I glanced around. They tossed their head onto the bed, stuffing their hair and making it even messier. With their head up, the uncouth features were impossible to ignore. But what are you? Huh? Oh, I didn't introduce myself, did I? I'm Michael with an A. I shook my head. No, I mean, Michael stares at me, the left ear twitching. You look... He snored. Ugly, off-putting? No, just different. Different, huh? You're just being nice. Well, then explain yourself. I tata i zaczyna się Bartek, którym on musi improwizować. I mean, that's kind of rude, isn't it? I paused for a moment before pinching my nose bridge, exhaling slowly. I'm just sorry. It's been a long day, it's all. I should be thanking you. If it's helped as your condition, is it that human content? This is the like the way they said it didn't sound confident. The ears? Genetic? Right. Assert total horns? And these things are just cosplay the company would make a convincing argument. Sam nawet nie wie, jak robi wymówkę na rogi. Let's put it, maybe? Yeah, it's cosplay. That doesn't explain everything. Micah huffed a nervous laugh. Listen, I'm just a guy living by himself in the woods. You don't need to worry yourself further than that, okay? Panie Michael, nie kontrolujesz moich myśli w realizmie. Ha ha! Something in his tone completed you not to question his existence anymore. He's just some guy living in the woods. Completely normal. Right, completely normal. I'm Kury. Michael beamed. Nice to meet you, Kury. I find it with the blanket. That's my... Wow! Przeczytaliście chyba. Takie to było sobie przewinięcie. I know I already asked, but how are you feeling? Any itches, snores, sores near seat, no seat, intrusive thoughts, weird impulses, fear, maybe? No. Nie wciskałam pauzy, nie wciskałam pauzy, nie wciskałam pauzy. On dosłownie mi przerwał. He placed his hand on my forehead before I could react. No właśnie. His hands were cold, quickly retracing. I think as he gave a thoughtful hum. Seemed to be lucid. That's a good sign. Oh, great. I hummed absently. His twitching gears reminds me of a perfused cat. Cat. My cat! Oh shoot! Sorry if it's out of nowhere, but have you seen a cat around these parts? Her name's Aurora. She's a sweet little thing, about this big. Kiddish, but she can approach strangers if she needs to. I pulled on my phone. Come on! So, spacja. Wait. Where is? I haven't. Huh? Your cat, I haven't seen it. Oh, I see. I saw against the pillow, rubbing at my temples. She was hair color too. Even if anyone finds her, they wouldn't be able to tell where she's from. Damn it. Michael stayed quiet, watching me from his side to the bed. You came out this way out here for a cat? Huh? Of course. What's the point? Were you willing to run yourself right this deep in the forest for a cat? Do you realize how far you wandered away from the nearest town? I found you near unconscious in a area nobody set a foot in for years. For a cat! He sounded like he was holding himself back from giving me a stare lecture, as if in disbelief I had such a no regard to my own survival. My cheek grew heated, but at first the reckless that sounds. I mean, she's not just a cat, she's my family. I know it was stupid for even trying, but I had to. Micah is up, showed his hands as he looked me over from beneath his overbent. Family, huh? Hmm. He finally turned his head at me with a smile. You're willing to wander this far for such a small creature? I've met my fair share of lost campers, hunters, and few runaway teens or two. But someone looking for their pet? You're kinda weird, aren't you? Yes, I'm weirdo. What's wrong with it? I sputtered much to his amusement. Speak for yourself. Who's cosplay in the middle of the woods? Dobra, to było dobre. To było dobre. Kto robi cosplay w środku lasu? Michael laughed. A deep, heavy, wondrous spun from his chest. Fair? I think I'm starting to like you, Kura. Likewise? He smiled wetness, but something about it was off. Yeah, showing too much tea. Feels like he hadn't talked to someone in a real long time. I forgot how to smile the right amount. He rubbed my neck, trying to think of something else to say. Can I ask, how did I get here? Oh, like I said, I found it in the woods not far from here. Oh jeez, really? I knew I was tired, but I couldn't even possibly. Huh? I did step in something important. Amelia had been pricks ripped up my skin. I need to go home. My cat continuously grabbed my shoulder. Never mind that. Yeah. You would fall unconscious from a heart stroke. Heart hit stroke? No, that wasn't what happened. It wasn't. I was fine up until Michael shook his head insistently, playing close. No, no, Firefly. We weren't fine at all. If I hadn't found you when I did, well, who knows what could happen? You could get injured or attacked by a wild animal. There's danger in these woods, you know? No, he was right. You had been so foolish. How did you think you could do this on your own? Search for your cat in the middle of the woods, and to go in without bringing any water? Passing out for a heat stroke of all things. How could you be so stupid? I shook my head, trying to go. It's not convenient, so why should you tell him? Well, if it means anything, I'm glad you are here. You're there. Michael relaxed, had on top on his lap once more. He grinned at me. So I am, Kuro. Blush, it's blushy. I'm definitely glad I found you. His eyes were hidden fully behind his own rarely higher. I couldn't help feeling how intensely they were fixated onto me. He said that. The hair on the back of my neck stood. Oh, sure. Without a distraction, I only just realized how uncomfortable I was sitting still. The blanket on me was starting to itch. Just the desperate need to get home began to rise in me again. This was interesting, but I should really get going now. Wait! My host jumped off from the bed before I could. I mean, you can't. I can't just let you wander around in the woods this late. Please stay a bit longer. But come! Jak znowu przerwał. He grabbed my hand and led me across the room. We stepped into the kitchen. Fragrant smells of cooked potatoes and meat hanging in the air. Teraz ty ma teoria, bo jak było to mięso, co on nam wtedy podał, może to być prawdopodobnie mięso z kota naszego. Taka teoria. Nie wiem, czy ją mówiłam w ostatnim odcinku. Ale słyszałam o tej teorii. Może ono mieć sens, ale nie sądzę, Majka, że Michał był tak bardzo, nie wiem, dupkiem, czy być może aż takim mordercą, złym człowiekiem, żeby zabijał kota. Ale dobra. Two plates has been set up on a small circular table, complete with utensils and a mug of tea. I am expecting guests today. The food is nothing fancy, but join me for dinner? You look so hopeful. Eavesdropping. It would feel so bad if you had to say no. I can't move the eyebrows for a second before he quickly recovered. Yes, of course. Here he comes it. I will serve up the village pie in a minute. Oh. The servant instructed with my stomach rumbling. Something fierce as the smell was the only thing I could focus on. Yes, this was definitely the right choice. What was so important that you had to leave so soon? The outside world can wait. You could stay here and enjoy my company. Red flag totalnie. Jakby dosłownie Majka mówi w jej myślach, że zostań. Dosłownie przekonuje w jej myślach. Oczywiście nasze jest tego nie zauważa i robi z siebie jedną wielką, totalną ofiarę, no, manipulowania umysłem, no. Oh, actually, I should ask, are you okay with meat for dinner? I could make something else for you if that's not your preference. I'm okay with meat. Okay, I will be happy to make the same dinner as me then. Mecca pattered about on the small kitchen with enormous with excitement. He put a pair of knitted over her mitts, humming as he stood down and pulled up a string tray of pie from the wood stove. The smell, it fills out the kitchen in an instant as he brought it to the table, my stomach rumbling louder in response. Kurde, mam obok siebie kanapki i nie mogę jej zjeść, bo będę wydała, że dużo montażu. Hello, my dear. Nie wiem czemu, ale mi się wydaje, jakby to było takie, nie wiem, dwie warstwy tego samego obrazka na raz. Że przykładowo tutaj lub tutaj lub tutaj. Nie wiem, coś tego typu. I'm pretty sure Michael could hear it, but he just smiled as he served up our portions. He discreetly cut me a bigger piece, which I was grateful for. Kurde, to wygląda pysznie. Nie wiem, jakby. The crust was a nice golden color, slick with crisp lines, and garnished the meat and veggies filling in the absolutely delectable. The savour sauce licking on the table. On the plate. My mouth was watering. Unsurprising considering the fact I haven't eaten all day. Careful now, it's still hot. It was fair advice, but I didn't wait more than 2 blows before biting to my first forkful. It was definitely way too hot to eat straight from the oven. Michael kept a polite expression, the corner of his mouth lifted in case I panted with a piece of in my mouth. He gave me a few seconds to recover, elbow planted on the table. Is it good? I nodded vigorously, even though my buds were burning. Mm-hmm. I couldn't taste anything. He laughed. It's usually better on the second bite. I sat down, and on my mouth as Michael poked his fork onto his own slice. I then blew on the pie to make sure it was cool before taking another bite. He was right. The second bite was a lot better. The seasoned potato crush was not... I nie będę tego czytać. Kurde, kropki. Piszcie w komentarzach smacznego. Będę serduszkować. Every bite felt like home. My host watched me enjoy the meal from across the table. Do you like it? Yeah, it tastes amazing, Michael. He flushes from the compliment, rubbing the back of his head. I'm glad I like to think of myself as a decent cook, but I've never been able to get anyone else's opinion on that. Do you like baking in particular? Not always. I usually go for simple dishes with ingredients available. I know that amazingly, so didn't say much else. I was more focused on scarfing down dinner, which thankfully Michael didn't seem to mind. The overall atmosphere was nice and homely, and I could hear Michael stopping his feet from on the nice table. I guess he's that happy to have someone stay for dinner. It did seem like he lives alone, judging from the surrounding in his cabin. So I'm kinda curious. He perked up instantly. His focus solely on me. What made you wanna live on the way out here? Oh, well, when you look like that, it's kinda easier to live out all the time from everyone else. A bag of beard shot through my chest. I was giving him a hard time about how he looked too. He must be sensed it clear as the eye on my face. Not that you're one of them. You're actually being nicer than most. Do I wonder if uh, his mattress trainer? Never mind. My point is, it's better here than anywhere else. Why would it... Ła! Niechcący znowu wcisnęłam spację. Dobra, ja odsuwam od siebie spację. Przy okazji. It seems uncomfortable now. Easy into a different topic. It's probably best to follow along. Oh, sure. I reached out towards the mug, only to push it off edge with my clumsy fingers. Ale jaki on ma refleks. Ulala. Wait. I bent over the side to grab it, while expecting it to fall just for reach to land the broken pieces. It never did. Instead, a long grin was twisting around the ceramic mug, secretly keeping it in place. I skończyłam. my eyes straight along the of it until a pinpoint light as I came from behind Michael. The rest of it was happening at the garden. Like, huh? Is that yours? I. Michael buried his face in his hands and strange appearance from before, levering to his side, mocking down. I'm sorry, Kuro. I think it's time I was honest. He lifted his head, finger first, parting his hair back to reveal his eyes. Mówię wam, a potem jest grzybowy demon, albo co najwyżej grzybowy smok. Albo eksperyment z jakiegoś laboratorium. Nie wiem. He froze us to know multiple pair of ears stares right into mine before darting to the side and avoiding my gaze. I know it's a lot to take in, but this is who I really am. Please, please don't be scared. Remain calm. I love you. I swallowed audibly, willing myself not to look away. He seems to be holding his breath as I grinned the edge of the table. I felt unsettling every time he blinked those eyes in succession, even when he wasn't looking at me. Was it real? It had to be. Eventually, about him suddenly made so much more sense. The isolation, the avoidant behavior. I looked freaky, yes, but I also looked sad. I, I swallowed deeply. I'm not scared. My bubble was blue-white. The lady looked like an excited wildcat. It sent a shiver up my spine. Okay, maybe just a little bit scared. Sorry. He hesitantly grabbed an empty plate and hid behind it, shoulder first. So cute. Would it help if I just hide it? I could fix my hair like before, if that's what you prefer. His voice was muffled behind the ceramic barrier between us. It was kind of endearing. I slowly reached out, touched his hand, and slightly he brushed my fingertips, making him jump in. Michael? Yeah? Can you put that down? um, he's slowly lowering the plate. His eyes were still darting side, avoiding me. Can you look at me? Oh. Efekty dźwiękowe mego typu 10/10. Don't look at me like that. I just can't stop looking. This is so awkward. His hands were shaking. I looked down at the mug, still floating next to him, for dear life. I reached over to take a strange out of his trap. Huh? I tentatively took a sip, noticing how Michael was touching me over the rim of the mug. The taste was sweetly spicy, even almost each bite of it to it. I recognize it instantly as green tea. It's almost room temperature, but it's still pretty good. Huh? You went, you wanted me to try the tea, right? I like it. Oh, thank you, thank you. Oh, I'm glad. Maka relaxed back into his seat, following my lead as I pick up my fork once more. The silence didn't last long as Michael finished. Are you really okay with this? With me? I gave him a once over, and I thinking his features. It's very different than what I'm used to. I think I can learn to like it. Is that weird to say? I mean, you're not bad to look at. It's actually kind of, um, damn it, what do I say? Pretty, pretty. You think I'm pretty? Yeah. Uh, oh, my point is, your appearance shouldn't matter. You've been nothing but kind to me so far. I would be worth kind of person to judge someone based on how they look. I haven't known you that you should, I know you that long, but you like a good person. You're fine, Michael. I smiled at him. We are fine. I see. He fidgeted some more before nodding, smiling a bit. Thank you, Kuro. I will cherish this moment forever. He beamed at me as he enthusiastically went back to eating his food. That was something. We continued with a bit of small talk, mostly stories about Aurora or snippets from my personal life. My cat hung on to a very word I say, not bothering to elaborate it much about himself, despite my burning curiosity. My cat was extremely insecure about his appearance, so it's probably best to keep my question for myself for tonight. I cleared out of the kitchen in related silence, Michael staring away the rest of the pie as I watched the dishes by the sink. Being out of here, this remote cabin, I wondered how he had running in water. Maybe I will ask him later. So, thanks for dinner. Thanks for your company. Oh, and please, take the bed tonight. But, uh, uh, you're my guest, and I'm the host. Take the bed, okay? Alright. I will be out of your with her first thing in the morning. Michael got quiet, staring at the floorboards, with his hair out of the way. I could finally read his expression. He did seem upset. Is that okay? I neither how to. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna get lost again on my own. He still thinks behind them. Yeah, I bring you home tomorrow morning. I have the sigh of relief. Thanks, Michael. I will see you in the morning. Yeah. Um, good night, Kuro. Good night, Michael. He seems really happy being able to say that. I plop myself down onto Michael's bed, getting comfy beneath the blankets. Michael was gathering some blankets of his own to make a makeshift bed on the floor in front of the fire. He had an impressive collection of knitted items, a comfortable nest forming in the center of the room. My eyes often on his hair, now out of the open and blinked and swayed, kinda like a cat. I miss Aurora. Now with a full stomach, dozing off uneasy. I didn't even realize how tired I was. And listening to the gentle crackling of the fire, my vision darkening. Good night, Buddha. Huh? Soft humming invited my dreams, stirring me awake. Having my eyes open of unfamiliar surroundings, and in the blankets that clearly was mine. Where? Oh, I spotted the familiar figure of my host sitting on the floor in front of the fire and several working on the green scarf bundle in his lap. His back was towards me, but I caught glimpse of his fingers as the needle was softly clenched between the yacht. He looked incredibly adept at using them, the rhythmic movements almost hypnotic, as the fibers were together into a intricate pattern. He slowly turned onto a sitting position, rubbing at my eyes. Oh, the movement quickly caught his attention, ear flicking in direction before his eyes turned onto me. Like last night, his pupil blew up as we made eye contact. The expression lit up the instant he saw me. Oh, hey, I'm glad I'm finally awake. You look so tired. I didn't want to disturb you until you're getting enough rest. Hmm. Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Kiro. Did you sleep well? Still to Greg to answer his question. I am sleepy. Think out as I stretched. He smiled kindly, a soft chuckle under his breath. Like a baby, then? He pointed over his shoulder the door beside the fireplace, tilting his head towards it. You can fetch up in the bathroom if you would like. Well, I started making some food. I was having a breakfast. I know, but I would want you to join me while I The food is too hot. How do eggs and toast sounds? Sounds delicious. Great! I will see in the kitchen then. He tucked away his cooking materials and set it aside. Oh, and also have a surprise for you after breakfast. As it's not the most exciting surprise, but just join me when you're ready. He looked in the kitchen without another glance. I could hear his boots on the floorboards, having its open and closing in succession in the kitchen. I suppose that's my clue. I rolled out of bed, leaving the warmth of Michael's blankets and rolling over on the door Michael's made out. Muszę przyznać, ciekawa ta łazienka. Stepping inside, I didn't know what I was expecting when he said he had the bathroom, but it was surprisingly spacious. Everything looked like it was covered and polished out of wood. He seemed to have everything you would find in a modern bathroom: a sink, cabin, a shower, and a tub, and even a toilet. Curious, I crept over to the toilet, but in particular, expecting it. There wasn't a tag like you would expect. Where the water would be stored. Instead, there was a convenient and to the side full of sawdust and the food. I expected to have at least a bit of smell, but it was surprisingly odorless. There was even a roll of toilet paper on the side. It was no flushing system, but it was hygienic. Michael must have done his research. Walking over to the sink, he stared at the fouls before, hadn't been doing it. I jumped when I heard the rush of water pouring it into the basin before disappearing to who knows where. Wow, why am I impressed by down a functioning bathroom sink? To jest piękne. Czemu to jest że I have of the dishes last night. I already knew Michael was plumping. Shaking my head, I finished brushing up, headed to the kitchen. Michael looked up as I entered, staying kettle in his hand with two empty mugs on the counter. It might be an lightning, but he was taller than I remembered. Widział na ten temat arty, że sobie ludzie żartowali. Jeszcze, ej, czemu Michael jest taki wysoki? Glancing to the tablet table, I could see he finished planting up our food. Wow, you work fast. Faster than me. Michael looked proud of himself. Can't have my guests stay empty stomach. Go on, have a seat. I will join you in a moment. I returned at his smile. He sat down, stomach grumbling as I looked at our plates. Dopiero co jadłam kanapę. Ale muszę przyznać, śmiesznie to wygląda. Zjadłabym. Once again, Micah was generous with the serving size. Fat slices of bread were toasted perfectly with crisp buttered sides. The scrambled eggs looked tantalizing, the smell of savory herbs wafting into my nose. My mouth watered like... Micah tossed down a stirring mug beside me before settling into his own seat. Picking a bowl wherein I could see small flowers floating about. Disney in the water yellow. It smells of apples. I recognized the yellow. Oh, chamomile? He nodded. I hope you like it. I'm sure I will. His smile was his tail starting in the tip of his feet. He seems more relaxed, showing his natural features in this morning. Any trace of panic and hesitation from last night were gone, replaced by a look of confidence. Like a bit into his toast, and I followed suit. The food was as delicious as I expected. A chunk of toast, a bit into a was heavingly the butter was sweet on my tongue, and the eggs. Something about simple home cooked food is just the best. Michael was happy to eat it in silence, occasionally looking up at me as I enjoyed my food. He would smile when our eyes met, his bottom narrowing into happy. His squints. I wonder if he would be open to some question. Hey, hmm? Do you mind if I ask? How did you learn to cook? Cottage pie is pretty a complicated recipe. I just wonder if anyone taught you how to cook. I would be lucky if someone could teach me how to make boiled eggs firefly. But it was real and mostly not easy. And those were all pretty much inaudible. Słownie. On sobie przypomniał, jak nie wiem, mąż się nie wiem, nie zatruł, czy już co ugotował. Spotka naszego sen. Oczywiście to jest taki do śmiechu scenariusz. Wydaje się mega prawdziwy po tej minie. I picked up a thing or two about cooking. It does, so your taste buds aren't gonna fall victim to any nasty creations like in my early days, at least. Speaking of, did you enjoy dinner last night? Of course I did. You're a really good cook, Michael. Oh, I'm glad. It probably wasn't obvious, but I'm really happy I got to cook for you. Oh, I don't get guests often in case you couldn't tell. I should ask you to cook for me every day, Eden. You grinned at my joke, looking pleased. I would be happy to. I chuckled as I took another bite. So, what's your favorite thing to cook? Really think about the question. Fried mushrooms. Fried mushrooms? Yeah, there's plenty to find, and it's easy to make. Huh. I do remember finding a batch of mushrooms yesterday. Uh, they smelled pretty funky though. You remember that? Zaraz on użyje na nas mind control, żebyśmy znowu zapomnieli. Albo będzie kolejna teoria, uwaga, jego mind controlling działa tylko na dzień. Huh? What was that? Nothing. Anyway. Mushrooms were the only thing I had for a while, before figuring out I could eat other stuff like herbs and veggies. Do you forage all your ingredients? Mostly. The time I figured out how to catch fish and hunt game were the best of my life. I will tell you that. My first taste of meat? He did an awkward version of a chef's kiss. As if mimicking something he saw on television once. Mom went Mamma Mia. Was he trying to say Mamma Mia? He continued before I could not even dwell for a second longer. But nothing beats what humans are able to make. The guys could not with ingredients. Rice was a challenge. It's a precious ingredient since I have to actually get some from a store. But once I figured out how to make a nice and fluffy, I consider it a special treat. I did a double take. You go to the store? Yeah? Where else would I get in? I thought you would grow it yourself or something. He laughed as I flushed in embarrassment. It's flattering you think I'm even capable of something that impressive, but no. There's only so much the force can provide. But what about the money? We're talking about human currency, right? You actually have a job? I thought you secured to me. Or did you steal it? I almost look offended. Do you take me for a criminal? I like criminals. No. But that would mean how? Micah spit into his throat. He's to a nice winking in mischief. I have my ways, Firefly. Ja już kurde to widzę. Użył swojego kontrolowania umysłów, żeby dali mu ten ryż, jednocześnie pieniądze. Może nawet. Ale w sumie mam pomysł na animację gracza. What's that supposed to mean? I know it's a silly question, but I can't stop thinking about it. You were wondering about what? That. It's embarrassed look on my face was probably enough to answer. Aww. Well, it's nothing fascinating. It's just rainwater I've got stored about the cabin. Just rainwater? I nodded. I detected a hint of pride as he continued. It's actually recent installments, believe it or not. Granted, the project took a while, gathering materials, figuring out the tools, finding the right instruction manuals. Plus, I had to figure out where to store the water tank. And don't worry, I installed a filtration system, so it's safe for us to use. I check in every few weeks to make sure nothing contaminated. That sounds nothing, especially considering he lives all the way out here in the woods. And did all that? You did all that on your own? I kinda had to. Anyway, it took a whole for a collision meeting and injecting, but it really worked out. And now that I think about it, I'm glad you get to be comfortable there during your stay too. Does it answer your question? Yeah, I still can't believe how cozy you managed to make, considering the whole middle of nowhere thing. It wasn't like this when I found it. No, I was on my year. I'll fix her up her. So the cabin was abandoned. I never. I was blessed. Yeah, I'm really happy to get to live somewhere permanent for once. It's not much, but it's home. What's it like? Peaceful, quiet. I do like it a lot. The forest provides me with everything I need. Mm. And nobody bothers me for the way I look out here. His ears twitching slightly. Sometimes you just happen to end up where it's most convenient for you and everyone else. The way he avoided my eyes as he said that gave me the impression there's something more to it. Like his home wasn't just out of convenience, but a fear of something else. Rejection, perhaps? Or something worse. Anyway, I don't really have anything else to say about it, unless there's something specific you will ask. He doesn't think about his answer much before staring at me. What about you? I know you told me a little bit about yourself, but what's it like being you? I covered having waving my hand. Please, I'm the least interesting person in this room, trust me. His eyes were shining in eagerness as he leaned forward. Tell me anyway. Oh, well, I told him about my life, at least the parts I was comfortable with sharing. Just like last night, his eyes still leave my face, occasionally darting about my features in interest. The direct or ugly thing was making me nervous, but I suppose I was doing the exact same thing when I was his turn to talk. Eventually, I came to the topic of my job and I was of living in modern capitalism. I'm a bit jealous and have the whole cottage core aesthetic practically perfect. His face morphed into a confused bow. Cottage core? I explained it to him in my own words. Oh, you're saying you wanna live the way I do? Out in the woods? I nodded without hesitation. I mean, I wouldn't mind showing you the ropes. His tone seems modulated. What do you mean? Oh, never mind. Anyway, I don't get what the appeal is, but it's not easy either, you know? The forest provides, but it's up to me to make use to it. Starting out was the dark hood crossed over his face with if revealing a bitter memory. My baby. Co się stało? Ale kurna. Ja wam powiem, co to jest za look. To jest dosłownie jakby, no, ktoś mu zabił rodzinę. Nie wiem. Co ci się stało, my boy? Kto cię skrzywdził? Ralph. But I'm built for survival. I feel like I see him to elaborate will make things awkward. I decided to veer the topic in a different direction. Doesn't it get lonely? Sometimes, but I'm used to it. He smiles his eyes, lighting up. Besides, I have you uh, at the moment, don't I? I never thought I would enjoy having someone around. It must be really special. I'm starting to know a lot more about Michael. He didn't directly say it, but it felt like he was lonelier than he was. That's but none. Not you. Not to mention how he managed to make a home for himself all on his own. I had to wonder. I had to wonder if he had anyone at all. Do you have any family around? Family? His expression turned solemn for a moment before looking sheepish. Remind me how that works again? I get the concept based on some books I read. I don't have what you call parents, if that's what you're asking. My mouth dropped open in shock. You don't have a family? No parents? Dosłownie, jakie jest to no bitches? Ja mam no parents. He shrugged to took another bite of toast. Not that to recall. Uh, what's that like? Living with so many people like you in such close proximity. Huh? That's how it works, right? You and each other, you and other humans living in one house. And you have this vanilla thing that that make you relate to the rest. Uh that's what makes a family, right? Was he talking about DNA? His definition threw me off, but I had to answer somehow. No, it's just that family is people relate to that. I hear more near that. People that you love and care about. Who loves and care about you too. Actually, He seems instrumental. Is that so? That still sounds nice. Is there anyone that you love and care about? Of course I do. I have a family. I even call my cat family. Oh, right. Obviously. And this is the same for all families? I bit my lip. I would be naive to think that lots of families love and take care of one another, but not everything's perfect. Sometimes that love can be misplaced or take advantage or even abuse. Like a love thankful. So it starts with love. I've read some stories about that. Love, I mean, through contained feelings, just doesn't make sense to me. At least from a reader's perspective. I guess I would have to experience it for yourself to understand. He stared at me unblankly for a moment. Yeah, you might be right. I never considered that. Then again, who would bother loving a monster like me, huh? What? You're not a monster. I look like one, don't I? That's besides the point. That's bes- besides the point. You're not denying it, too. It's okay. You don't have to lie to me. So, family? Right. To be fair, everyone's definition of family could be different. What about you? What's your definition of family? Micah looked surprised. I asked him the question. I don't know. I've never had one, and I think your answer just confused me more. Well, if you ever figure it out, let me know. Micah stared at me, remaining close on his plate before he nodded, avoiding my gaze. Sure. Oh, we both are quiet and in conversation, blanketing us in a comfortable silence. All this family talk, it reminded me of the reason why I'm out here in the first place. I to look for my beloved cat, the thing I might never be able to see again. I couldn't help but sinking feeling in my chest, a growing pit in my stomach. I wish I was able to find Aurora. I would love, I would have loved her. Michael opened his mouth to say something, but changed his mind. My voice, audible as a lump formed in my throat. Sorry, I just miss her so much. Keep thinking if I just went looking for her sooner, but maybe I would I would be able to find her by now. He was quick to speak up. You did your best, Firefly. No one else could come to the value that you did. You almost risked killing yourself. I'm sure wherever she's doing okay. Really think so? I know so. His voice was raised with a confident assurance, despite the worries look on his face. I nodded with a quiet sniff. I hope so. She's just important to me, is all. Micah looked like he wanted to reach across the table for me, but sighed instead. Actually, I'm sorry, Kura. I should tell you. Maybe I do have a family now that I think about it. That was a surprise I mentioned before. Wait, really? He nodded. Are you done? I could take you to meet them right now. I looked down at my plate. During the conversation, I didn't even realize I would finish the meal. Yeah, I'm done. The moments were quick, placing our empty plate and mugs, setting them in the sink. I grasped my hand before I could say another word, pulling me up onto the heavy thing outside. Up. As the door swung open, I could only see Forest ahead before tugging me along the veranda or the side of the cabin. Almost immediately, my pursuit were assaults with grains of both sides. I figured he was the type to grow his own vegetables, but I see it person and his confi- as a confirmation was a whole different thing. With Michael leading the way, I only had the moment to take us around the garden. He had marked the different plots with messy drawings on small wooden signs, jutting out the dirt. Carrots, lettuce, potatoes, trellis, and tomatoes and beans. I would have been able to differentiate one plant to another without a sign. Takie, imagine, Mike jest w Stardew Valley. Dum dum dum. Even the Hama from our tea just now grew about the caused by the smell but falling gently. I bumped into Micah as he suddenly stopped, the man looking over or hissed at me. He reached what looked like a fence of Ria, which a bit of netting stretching all around. He stepped aside, watching me as my eyes wanted. Chicken! These three fat happy little hands check about like they own the place. As he entered through the gate, the hands went over in an instant on Michael's feet, triggering him and pressing on the roots. Jakie ono urocze ogólnie. Ladies, meet Kuro. Kuro? These are Melville, Sansuyu, and Primrose. Przez chwilę chciałam przeczytać Primogems. Dopiero oczywiście się tak to śmieje. Or as I like to call them, Marmor, Sunny, and Roars. And Rosie. Rose Quartz. Dobra, przestaję. Moje poczucie humoru jest takie zjechane. I czeka to take one up, pushing up her feathers as he smiled. Gently, he scratched at my hand's little head, which Amy's was rosy. She particularly melted at his bantering, eyes sliding shut. The other two flapped their wings in a half and went about their business once more. Micah leaned closer, beckoning me to pet Rose. She was so soft. Rosie Rosie is the oldest. She doesn't lay eggs anymore, but I couldn't bring myself to, you know, brought her some friends. Normal recurring things. First, Sunny, a more recently addition. What do you think? Do you make a good family? I laughed and nodded, watching as Rosie nuzzled to Michael's chest. I didn't expect chickens, of all things. Were you expecting something else? I was expecting it to be one else. Oh, no. When you look at think me, people generally don't stick around. There's that negative self-talk again. You don't even look that bad. His eye flinched mine, a look of pleasant surprise across his face. You really think so? Yeah? You can't be that naive, Firefly. I mean it! He let out a polite scrap as he scratches Rose's head upsetly. You just believe people would. Fuck. You just believe people would run away at the sight of me? Well, I didn't. I should have to take down my headbutt. Did I my headbutt? He smacked a small corner of his lips, lifting just a bit. Of course he didn't. Because he couldn't. Shit. He wasn't wrong. I was pretty much paralyzed in the bed when we first met. But I still don't think you look that bad. Is that so? Describe me then. What? You heard me. Look at me and describe what you see. For a second I thought he was being but look at his eyes. All I could see was a bit of playfulness. Um, look at me. Your towel? Go on. You have a blonde hair. You have a squeaky pole. What else? You have green skin, a tail, you chuckle, so there was no malice in it. But that's not all, is it? You definitely expected me to say it's strange. Oh, fine. You don't look human. So what? He humped absently. As I was saying, animal who generally don't care if you look like a monster. My heart raced at his words. His passive, if nonchalant, and somehow make it even worse. Michael, you're not. I took off my. I come on. Aha! A light brown hands there my feet. Her very eyes shining. Sunny, he flapped her wings almost expectantly. Aww, I think she likes you. Go ahead, pick her up gently, like how I did with Rosie. I hesitated but slowly lowered myself to catch Sunny by her wings. Lifting her up, she was quick to nuzzle herself until she was comfortable, tucked under my arms. I could feel her wings spinning as she nuzzled into my side. So cute! Michael gave some as I could and the chicken. Mickey in her small clunks. Also, did it help? Sharing, sharing you up, I mean. Oh, And that's what this was. A fuzzy feeling blew in my chest as he looked at me, chicken in his arms. A little bit, yeah. Only a little. I sneaked, rolling my eyes. Okay, mister, a lot. That's more like it. His proud grin was infectious. I couldn't help smiling back. He spent a bit more time with the hands, patting them until they were satisfied. Michael even showed me the spot where they like to have the dust bath. Little chicken with shaved rolled right about their soil in the cup. Once that it got high enough of us very far in their water container before leaving. He felt down some he left them some he left them some treats for Kury trying down one of his pockets before shouting it gentle. And the girls excited and chattered over the food fighter and as we made our way back inside his cabin. I sat by his bed as he crouched down by the fireplace. From the window I could see the sun outside was getting higher. It might be close to the afternoon now. Hey, Michael? Hmm? He looked up at me from where he was stoking the fire. I rubbed my eyes, unsure what to place my gaze. I think it's a good time for me to go now. I didn't. My expression fell, but I caught myself quickly. He would have done his best to cheer me up. It would be incompetent towards him to leave in a bad mood. I might have to accept that I will never see her again. I think it's better if I focus on moving on. He was quiet for a moment, hands in his pocket, if you say so. But you don't have to leave just yet. We're still got plenty of daylight left, and won't you come with me? Zaraz. Ale gdzie? We're still got plenty of daylight left, and there's some place I wanna show you. Won't you come with me? Dobra? I had to decide. Co ty, kurwa? Zobacz, pluju. I promise I would take you home right often. He took another step towards me. Please, Firefly? I didn't want to say it, but he looked desperate. Okay. I will go with you. The joy on his face was shining bright as a billboard. Great! Let me get our stuff. He disappeared into the kitchen, returning with my backpack in one hand. Okay. He passed it to me as he walked by towards the front door. I almost forgot I had this. Reaching around my bag, I found cat treats, a rock collar, a broken compass, and my phone. The battery was dead, bro. Still, that's one less thing to worry about. I checked through my bag once more, finding an empty water bottle. I frowned, discarding remember I forgot to, or at least Michael told me I did. Didn't I? You ready? Hey! Hey! Oh my gosh! I wake up, Michael starting and spotted. Hey, follow my guys. Answer. Oh, he quickly transferred the weapon onto his back and out of sight. Don't worry, I'm not gonna use it unless necessary. I would hope not. He checked on my indignant tone. You think I'm gonna let you out of the wood? You think I'm gonna let you out of into the woods without quarantine? Think your safety? I made a promise to get you home. This is just the extra prosecution. You didn't think of it much? Bear said, if the sorry Firefly. He did have a point. If anyone knew these woods and the kind of danger it held, it would be Michael. I glanced over him again, noticing he would change his oversized condition for something more outdoor appropriate. His eyes circled his shoulders, differing as a teeth spread across his face. So, shall we? He opened the door and waved me out. He stayed outside to glance around his front yard. The landscape wasn't anything special. It was actually left quite plain, just thick with trees and foliage. Only a puddle dirt and flutter and clouds cast me in a rough Michael would use. As he comes and goes, wavy all direction. Come to think of it, anyone passing through would be able to spot Michael's house if they screen through the trees carefully enough. I guess it had right that nobody's walked through Era's area in years. I hit their long turns because Michael joined me by the side. He smiled wide before tipping his head in a direction, making sure I was behind him before I started walking. I was hesitant, but followed suit. It was quiet, and as we traveled, save for the sun, nature calling out grounds us. The weather was bright and warm. The sun casting ink pretty rays through the gas in the trees. I had to admit, enjoyable and it was the bird calls and rusty ink of the leaves. As when you walk someone through bad memories. Yesterday was miserable. I was lost, tired, hungry. There was no chance I wasn't not gonna make it to alive. I watched Michael run back as he leads the way. The man, the man barely paying any mind to his surrounding. His ears would occasionally flick back in my direction, but overall he seemed confident on where to go. Having Micah as my guide home was definitely a great assurance. It made me even more grateful he would find me when he did. I sat and shook off the negative feelings, giving space while breathing the fresh air. He stepped up next to my companion, letting my voice to speak after plenty of silence. This is actually kind of nice. Hmm? A good old nature walk. I got into my fist, feeling embarrassment. I don't go outside as often as I should. Michael smiled kindly. Think that I get to bring you down. Yeah, feels different when you know where you're going. Actually, where are we going? He sensed my nervousness and laughed. Don't worry, we're almost there. I looked up and saw it before he even pointed out. A clearing in the distance, the tree growing slowly. I held my breath as I noticed the grass slowly started to smell with flowers, delicate blooms swaying here and there in the breeze. As we got closer, Michael watched me as my mouth drove open, knowing twinkles in my eyes. I was breathtaking. O mój Boże, jak to wygląda pięknie! I secretly to middle of flowers, lit up by the beams of light, making the scenery resemble on the page from a forgotten fairy tale. Butterflies lifted above in pairs, their wings flickering and completing the cerulean and cherry pink ambience of the whole piece. Mecca, let me think out some more before walking ahead, turning to face me before sitting down to relax on the grass. His lips all scratchless and laid it to the grass by his side along with his crossbows. I blinked out of my stupor and approached him, spinning around to drink everything in before plopping myself down next to him. So, what do you think? Pretty, isn't it? I nodded at one play before finally glancing to face him. The man gazed on me softly, pink as our eyes met. A butterfly approached, which was rapidly making me pinch on instinct. It landed on his finger as he held it out, its wings flapping gently. He smiled at the deadly creature. A cold look on his face before he held it out towards me. Do you like butterflies, Kury? I love them. I do. I think they're so pretty. This is this is amazing, Michael. Usually, a prideful smear was absent, replaced instead with a shy smile. I'm glad you like it. The sun was so pink now, the air getting warmer as minutes passed. The leaf canopy over us considered enough cover for us not to overheat. Marcus picked a flower with his hand and placed it in my palm. He stood looking closely around us, both as my cheek darkened. He closed his eyes and leaned his back further. The butterfly, the butterfly still resting on his hand, in my head. My ears caught a soft rumbling before I realized it was coming from his direction. I almost wanted to act, but I didn't want to ruin the moment. My gaze dropped as I tried the flower in my hand, holding the stem delicately. The gesture felt platonic but also romantic. I wonder if Michael was even interested in relationship. He was being alone most of his life. He would probably get tired of my presence, and sooner or later, or could contemplate further the butterfly on Michael's fingers to cough. My gaze trailing after I was feeling sunlight to fall away into the woods. Which reminds me, Michael? Hmm? Don't get me wrong. This place is stunning. But it's okay if we go now? He stared from his relaxed bow. Why? We just got here. I chewed my lip, hesitating. I love it here, I do. I wanna go home, Michael. Michael studied my face. Kuro, do you want to leave me that badly? No! I need time to recover from losing Aurora. Oh, I know it's silly and dramatic, but knowing she won't be there when I get home. Afraid of another shock occurred, a regret filling my chest. I just need to get it done with. I feel hands rubbing my back. Michael nodded slowly, looking at me in the eyes. His smile was gentle. That's okay. I understand. But maybe this place can help with that.
Nie! Nie zrobisz mi tego!
It's nice, but napping, isn't it? I pick it up. Just for you. Why don't you go ahead and lay down? His words made the sway, a sudden and bout of sleepiness swaying heavy over your eyelids. He was right. It's a nice spot to nap in. Why were you in such a hurry? You yawned, lying back so strange on the grass. The warmth from the ground shaped through your clothes. Only in cute and comfort and safety. There you go. Just spend some time with me. Just a bit more. Please. Oh, here's something else I could show you. He reached out into his satchel and pulled out a wooden box. It's called a kalimba. I blinked slowly. Very it coming back as I shook my head to pay attention. The box it nearly in his hands. I can hold it as it were typing on a phone. I could see at a hole in the middle. Just, what does it do? A prosnick sprint is across his face. I will show you. He began to pluck the metallic on a gentle, ringing sound. On umie grać! Gra mi robi jakieś zajebiste muzyki. Teraz mi jeszcze, no, muszę sobie, no, ładować telefon. No kurde, no, by dosłownie dom pełen muzyki by był. You could recognize the songs he might made up himself. I closed my eyes, enjoying the tune. Michael gave short circle, keep playing. Relax and listen as long as you're with like Firefly. A few minutes passed. I with Michael and playing away on the instrument. The two of us admiring like two cats on a Sunday afternoon. I must those as the next thing I knew I felt a nudge on my shoulder. Help me? Dosłownie Michael. I chuckled, although when I refused to open my eyes. I mean, if you would rather stay. My eyes shut, but open, my whole body rejecting to sit up. Michael glanced at me, climbed in his lap, and have to forget me now. checking his hands. What? I shook my head, soppy in my cheeks. I can't believe I fell asleep. It's alright. He cut me off. That was heavy. I was hoping. Never mind. He patted my shoulder, drew his smile, and reached his eyes. Thanks for being for being here with me. Maybe we can do this again sometimes. If I ever see you again. Mm, Let's get you home. He rolled over to his feet and stood up, brushing off dirt and fixing his couches. Come on! We gotta grab our things and set off into unknown place more. Unknown to me at least. I can see to have a map of his place in his brain. You seem a bit sleepy still, so let's fresh up, okay? You walked a bit further away from the cleaning coming across the river. Compared to the rest of the band, well, the area was shaded considerably with a thick canopy of leaves over us. The flipping water looked inviting as I knelt down by the bank. My cat was even close by. I dipped my hand in each to wash my face. The water was refreshing and cooled my heated skin in the afternoon sun. I put my hands back to see Michael looking over my shoulder at my reflection, smiling with a faraway look on his face. He started. She sounds fuzzy. Immediately his expression changed. His ears fluttered and creased. Co się dzieje, kochany? Nie bądź zły. Na swojej twarzy. Ja nic nie zrobiłam. I would never see such contest in his eyes as I didn't stare at his own visage. He stepped away, outraged. He doesn't notice me watching. I patted my hand, through my shit, and approached him. You ready? Yeah. I stopped him before I could turn to leave. Hmm? He looked at me with a questioning look, tapping his head. I hesitated. I wasn't the type to speak my mind directly. Most of the time, I would keep things to myself and let the things go by, but nobody should like on themselves and have this sort of reaction. Hey, you're not, um, I might as well be freak. You're not a monster, Michael. I looked down back. What makes you say that? I saw you were looking at yourself. How you thought about yourself. None of it is true. I keep telling you, you're more than just your appearance. I don't know what com- compels me to do it, but I did it anyway. I reached up. I reached for his hand and held them between us. His eyes went at the contact. All I'd look was a day with you, and truthfully, I think you're the most amazing person I ever met. He made a shock noise. I'm just some old nobody compared to you. That's not. Shut up and listen. April shut his mouth with an audience clicking of his teeth. From where I stand, you saved my life. You take care of me better than I could ever ask for from a stranger. That's already proved to me you're not a monster, or you think you are. You're charming, smart, sweet. You're a million more wonderful things, but you're not a monster. I take a second to compare myself, lowering my voice. You may look different, Michael, but guess what? His multiple eyes turn to me, whispering if it wears the worst. That makes her all more beautiful to me. Oh, his breath hinged. He could feel his hands squeezing mine. Fingers were trembling. It was like he forgot how to breathe. What's happening? I realized my hands were getting sweaty. I pulled back my constantly scratching on my neck and avoiding his gaze. I could feel the blood rush to my face. I could tuck my whole head in the river, and I would probably a lot of steam. Tymczasem on. Error. Po prostu daje takie czyste error. Plup, 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 plup. Także zapomnij jak oddychać i kofa wpadnie do jeziora, że do tej rzeki. Nie wiem czemu powiedziałam jezioro. I just didn't feel right if I didn't say anything. I hope so. I hope you understand. An awkward silence passed between them, or two. Oh, anyway. I caught him mumbling under his breath. I can't let you leave. Ja wiem, co ty teraz kupo zrobisz. What? I said, you can't leave. I mean, live without your cat, right? I frowned. I've already tried, Michael. Like I said, it was a stupid for me to just wander off in the woods. As if I would find. But I haven't. Huh? I haven't tried. I know this was better than anyone. I can try looking for her. But that means you can't leave yet. Micah, I appreciate the offer, but I don't think I should stick around any longer. I have a job and responsibilities and you hissed in pain, a sudden migraine in overcoming your senses. Michael! Yeah! Yeah! You felt sick, your stomach rocking south into knots. It feels like the woods was warping around you as your legs wobbled, your body over, as you hesitated, the urge of vomit. Co ty kurwa robisz? Skarajowanego. Michael cut you as the snow bent to the ground, your head resting as his shoulder, as seeing incredibly close. Hey, you don't look good. Your vision though as he spoke, his teeth using to cover words into the bent mass. Are you okay? You need me to carry home? normalne. No problem. Just hang in there. Hang on to me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't deserve this. If I could just one more day with you, I would be the happiest man alive. Here we are. Let's get you tugged in. I should give you some clothes. Especially since you will be staying another night. You're okay with that, aren't you? That's all from day 2 of us from Oasis. More upgrades coming in the future. Dobra. O. No cóż, skończyliśmy grę. Jestem bardzo, że jestem zdziwiona tym zakończeniem. Wiedziałam, że się coś odjebie, ale nadal jestem zszokowana w ogóle przyszłością, że chciałabym wiedzieć więcej o Michaelu. Nie to, co on się przydarzyło w dniu drugim, ale prawdopodobnie już w dniu trzecim stanie się coś więcej, dostanie więcej informacji i prawdopodobnie nasza postać zacznie bardziej się go bać, niż kochać. A na razie wszystko. Życzę wam miłego dnia. Pa, pa.